Hey, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy
Officially
New Year 2022.
2022. Deuces all the way around. Welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. Mo and Mel here, of course. And we decided to both wear red today without even knowing. So, hey,
Yeah,
go
you got to
figure.
represent your number one seeded team. You
Man,
got to.
listen. I
Yeah, you
got
can't,
you.
you
We don't
can't,
know
you
how
can't.
long that could go for, so I'm all just for
It's
doing
not
it
like you
now.
can rep your NFL team right now. You got to go with the winners.
Sure
You got to go with the
can.
winners.
I did rep them
I
on
get it.
Sunday. Of course, my Seahawks. Because I mean, here's the deal: is that if granted it was the Lions, if we could play the Lions for 18 games a season, I'm sure it would be phenomenal. But at least they showed some life. There was
Yeah.
some good points. There was life. You could tell that maybe but too little, too late, guys. Like, come on, and against the Lions.
I mean, you guys struggled all season. It
I
was just a
know, I
struggle.
know.
Just was too
It's a
bad.
struggle. It's a struggle in itself.
Yeah.
But your team, we'll definitely get to your team later too,
Yeah, we're
because
struggling
it
too.
was a surprise for me though. I mean, hey, great win against the Colts.
I'll talk about it. We will
Yeah,
totally talk
we
about
will
it.
definitely talk about it. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We've got some more sneaker drops. We're gonna start early with the girl power segment here shortly. We just wanted to say hello. Hope everybody had a safe New Year's. Thanks, Daryl. Hopefully you had a good New Year's as well. Safe, and whether you were out or you were in, may 2020 bring us all some great prosperity and blessings. So, of course, big news here in Las Vegas. We had a new head coach who is girl power all the way. So we have to do our girl power shout out now for our new head coach, Becky Hammon, who was named head coach late last week. So I know Las Vegas is energized. I know the front office is energized. There was a big interview with her on Tuesday for some of the media. I wasn't able to tune in, but we did get some clips. So I kind of wanted to play that a little bit. So just people out there can understand where she's coming from. I got a little clip it from Becky first, and then we'll do a little bit from the president, Nikki Fargas, as well. So stay tuned.
This is a tremendous opportunity. Like I said, the leadership that Mark and Nikki and the direction that they want to take the organization, and not just the organization, but also the WNBA, is something that could not be ignored. And so after grappling many nights, when she first called, I had no intentions of leaving the NBA at this point, and after talking to her and wrestling and throwing around different ideas and stuff, obviously I came to the conclusion that this was the best spot for me and my family, and an opportunity for me to, sit in the big chair and be a head coach of a major professional sports league. And so I feel like I'm ready to have my own team. And this is the organization that made it very, very obvious they wanted me really, really bad. And so it's always good to be wanted. And so it quickly became evident to me that, Las Vegas was the place for me.
The place for her. She talked about, obviously where they're staying in the NBA would have been a good choice for her. She wasn't sure if the NBA yet is still ready for a female head coach, which I'm sure we've all seen. She's already interviewed for head coaching positions before in the NBA, hasn't got that. And I think for her, it's just she saw how much the Vegas Aces really wanted her here. I mean, they've giving her the highest paid salary of any head coach in the WNBA, and they're basically putting her on a pedestal to come over here to Las Vegas and bring a championship here. Like, let's get this championship, right? Mm-hmm. But I also wanted to play a little video because Nikki Fargas was on there as well, the president of the Las Vegas Aces. And she kind of spoke about what Mark Davis is doing as far as bringing women up front and bringing the power of the WNBA up front in his position and trying to make that all work. So I want to play that as well.
He would want to lead the Aces. And like I mentioned, he had a short list, and I just said, Becky Hammon. That's all I have to say. That's it, because Becky checks all the boxes. When you mention community, Becky, that resonates with us. And that's why Mark has made a huge commitment, not only in us hiring Becky, but also his commitment in building a home for just the vision that we all share is a movement. It's a movement in the right direction. And Becky touched on this, is that there are some unbelievable coaches. And when we get to the point where we can just take off and peel off the labels, Becky is the most talented person for the Aces, period, hands down. So
I love it. She is. I think she is. I can't wait for it. I'm excited for it. What are your thoughts on them bringing Becky Hammon over to the Aces?
I think it's excellent. I think this is long overdue. I think this is someone that definitely has the experience of not only at the highest level of professional basketball, working with the NBA for so long, but now being able to get to a team that has the highest caliber of players. I don't care what anybody says, that is an elite starting five that deserve a championship win and had many opportunities to get it and did not get it for the sake of some coaching, I believe, some coaching kind of errors. But that's my opinion. And I think she's going to be the one that's going to be able to definitely will these girls in and kind of get them on a level that they need to be on, that we should have had the last 3 seasons that we failed to do.
Yeah,
there's a lot of misses and opportunities with this last team. So I feel like this is the woman for the job. And $400K 5 years, really. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, $400K 5-year salary contract. That's not bad. I mean, it's not the college. Let's be real. Could definitely be a lot more. But for her to have that, and the key thing that you had on the takeaway of it is the same key thing I had on the takeaway, which was they really, really wanted her. And if you really want someone, they're going to show up for you. They're going to do the job at hand, if not excel at the job at hand, because you really, really wanted them. And the fact that she feels wanted, I think that's the best warming news about it all. So I think she's going to bring everything to managing those girls. And who's to say who's going to stay and who's going to go? We might lose some players in this process. There may be some trades going on. And I'll respect all of it as long as it gets us closer and closer to the needle to win a championship.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm all about
Goose?
Becky. Shout out, Goose.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, Becky. We're excited about it. She's legit. She's totally a G. If they had wanted to give her a job in the NBA, they would have given her a job. Let's be clear. So we have to take the opportunities and blessings as they present themselves. And like I said, I'm not going to keep vying for a league that keeps passing me by when you're getting all these retroactive former coaches, former assistant coaches to be head coaches that are males in this sport. And you got her sitting there. So I just think this was the right move for her. I would have loved to have seen her be the first for the NBA. It's still going to take some time. And she can always go back if she has a
and that's always still a move. Yeah, there's always still a move.
Exactly. She can still always go back. So I'm super excited. I actually went online looking at season tickets now, because this is now the time.
Yes.
All Aces fans, everybody hands on deck.
Right. All hands on deck.
The tickets are not expensive by far. I think I will invest in them, because even in the days that we don't do media, I should go out there and support the Aces. And I'm super excited to see what Becky brings to the table. Now, did we hear anything else about Bill, Coach Lambier, if he's still going to be with the organization?
I mean, I think just in that part with Nikki, when she was talking about how her and Bill came together and he had like a list and she just had her, I think that they were working in cohesively and trying to make a decision. I feel like it sounds like he still will be managing, because I don't think she's taking over until after playoffs or after the season starts or whatever, for after the season ends for the NBA.
Right.
So I think most of these like draft and moving around changes as far as players and getting the team in shape, I think Bill will still be doing up until she gets here, up until she gets to Las Vegas. So for her, it's going to be kind of like these girls that go overseas. They'll be coming in right as season and training is about to start for the season. So it should be interesting how it goes down. I think for anyone that's played any kind of sport, whether amateur, professional, however, a coach can make a huge difference on your game.
Absolutely.
And you could absolutely be the best person in the league and you get a new coach and you could not be great anymore. Or you could be struggling. You get a different perspective and a different tone, or a different person that's able to communicate differently to you. And your game has changed. And you're able to, flourish. So I'm hoping that some of these girls, maybe that have had kind of like their stepping stones and maybe have had an issue here or there in the previously with coaching and coaching changes with us. Hopefully this helps. And hopefully this also helps us in getting assistant coaching too. Because all of our assistant coaches have gotten, these head coaching deals or assistant coaching deals elsewhere. So being able to have a cohesive unit that stays around for more than a couple of years together will be great.
I would take any constructive feedback, that criticism that Becky Hammon had for me on my game. Any of it.
Hello.
You know, and that's the thing. Like I said, you may be seeing a shift of players. There may be some players that's with her model, and some that may not be with her model, and some that, you know that they see their weaknesses in certain parts of their game, at certain points of games, and can develop from her. I mean, I think the communication is the biggest key to this. It needs to be effective communication with these girls all across the board.
Sure.
And I think that was a big miss with being able to relate to each and every one of them and their dynamics and their personalities and whatever emotions and things that they had going on. And I feel like female to female, woman to woman, that might be even also another tool for her to have with communicating with these girls.
And shout out
That's
to
what
that
it's gonna
jumped
take.
in. We appreciate. Hey, Arlington, what's good? You see, I got my
Yeah.
Bulls repping for you. Justin, hey, what's good? Heather, appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. So advisory role, Goose says
Oh,
so.
okay.
And thank you,
Yeah.
Maurice. Jose says that he thinks
She'll be
there's still a lot of
okay.
pressure on her. I mean,
I'm sure it will be
anybody's
some pressure
gonna
on
have
her.
pressure
All
on
eyes
her,
are going to
you
be
know?
on her, of
All
course.
eyes
All
are on
eyes. We're not
her.
expecting them to go win a championship right out the gate with her. This is going to be a minor
Yeah.
adjustment. We still don't know what the future holds for Liz Cambage. We still don't know what the future holds for some of our players. Like I said, this squad we have currently may not be the squad going in our season.
We
You
would
know, so
hope that most
we
of
would.
them stay.
I
Yeah, for
mean,
sure.
yes and no. I mean, we got to get who's going to work, you know, and who's going to have a good dynamic and impact on the floor. I'd hate for us to lose Asia. I don't want her to go. I definitely don't want to see Kelsey go. And I think those two elements right there would be strong. And then Erick Harper would be nice to have too. But again, if we got to go draft some different looks, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm all open.
But even
to
like
whatever it
right
takes.
now overseas, like that the young point guard rookie Destiny Slocum, she's over in the Euro League, I think, wherever she's at, and she's crushing it out there. Like these girls,
and it's just
you
a
know,
matter
if
of
they
them
just have
seeing them exposed.
yeah, it's just the you know, the squad you're putting together, and like the Bulls have, like you say, their young Tito's are all working together. It's about working together. If they can't work
Sometimes
together,
that's what it takes. I mean, as heartbreaking as it is, again, we attach ourselves to the players so much when we need to attach ourselves to the team in general. And anybody that's contributed to helping the success of Aces will always be an ace in our book. But if they got to go, they got to go. It's just that simple.
It's part of
you hate to
professional
see it,
sports.
but it could be
hate to see
possible.
it. You know,
It could be
Vegas saw it
possible.
here a lot already, and they're going to see more of it.
With the night
Unfortunately.
shoots. They didn't know how to handle that. I don't know what they're going to do with these aces.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
We'll speak on those Knights moves real quick in a second, because there is some news about some of those Knights returning this coming week and weekend. But in other news, we of course we're excited to see Becky Hammon get out here. We're excited to see what happens with the team. Let's just say we're ready for Aces basketball to come back. We're ready for the league to start again, and we got an extra 4 games this season. So
I love it.
Yeah, exactly, Maurice. Players come and go, but the team remains the same.
Yeah, it's always about the team, man.
You rep your team. Some people out there are the player. They're only repping players.
That's a new generation. That's all.
We know
about
those
the players.
Braun fans out there.
Yeah. It's all about the player. So I get it. Follow your player. Follow whoever you want to follow. We about the team here. I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm a Vegas girl, so it's gonna be Vegas all day.
Exactly. So the Washington football team has announced they will officially have a name come February 2nd. And
okay. I'm not holding my breath for it. Whatever.
It's like they had to have a whole drum roll. Like, please give us another month, and we're gonna have a huge party to celebrate their need. I mean, maybe put the funds into getting a
WFT, NFT, WTF. I really don't care. Whatever you decide to come up with a name with, just come up with a name. I'm over this.
But what's not funny but funny is that you're also dealing with the same stadium that had part of the bleachers collapse onto Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Yeah, during the game on Sunday. Luckily, Jalen was quick enough to move back, but that whole gate came down. There was probably like 10 people that crashed. Apparently 4 were injured. There was claims that the Washington football team had come out there to offer medical assistance, but there were some fans that got injured, so that was never offered, that they were basically told to get the F out of the field and go. So there's some, you know, interesting sides to the story on this one.
They still can go and get a lawyer. That's not going to be the end of that.
But the interesting also part is, of course, the Washington football team says that part of the stadium, that part of the bleacher is designated for wheelchair access only. So it's not designed to have load-bearing weight. It's not designed to withstand, you know, hundreds of pounds being leaned against it.
Oh, okay.
But of course, the fans, they said that, you know, security first of all, we're talking about the security. We're talking about the guys that get paid like $10, $50 an hour just to direct traffic at a game. They're not worried about what they're supposed to be. They don't know all the rules. So if they say, yeah, sure, come over here after the game and say hello, they don't know that's not a, a load bearing, who knows? I just found it interesting that now all these stories are coming.
I mean, looking at the video, I saw people still laying on the ground. Like, he picked up a few people, but there were still people laying there in agony. One was rolling.
And most were just excited to see Jalen Hurts and get a picture with him versus even realizing that they're probably in pain. So it's the adrenaline rush first. Then they get home and they got headaches and shoulders and arms.
Yeah, because the adrenaline kicks in. Like I said, you can still get your lawyer. It's all on tape. I mean, they filmed the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to dispute too much.
Yeah. Well, since you are repping your UNLV t-shirt, there was definitely some major UNLV news, of course, here in Las Vegas. UNLV promoted their interim athletic director, Erick Harper, to serve as the new full-time athletic director for UNLV.
Boy, a breath of fresh air.
Man, because that girl needed. The last athletic director was just terrible.
I mean, she's been terrible.
I hope this can make some changes because, as we all know, UNLV needs a little bit of help. And if it's the recruiting, if it's the promoting, if it's the everything they can do, marketing aspect, I mean,
it's tough to promote here. I don't know how you can get 18-year-old kids in a 21-year-old environment. You take them to game works and little stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what you can do. I really don't know what you can do. I just, that's something that you have to try to.
That's what's sad. The student areas of the games,
may not be legal.
There's more locals here and more people of alumni than there are students that actually go to these games, whether it be basketball, football, what have you. So it would be hopeful that they can increase that along with just increase all over. Because now, UNLV is now competing with professional sports. Before it didn't have to. It was just UNLV, and now you've got to compete with the Raiders and the Golden Knights and the Aces and baseball and the Lights and soccer. I mean, it's everywhere. It's now you're not just one of many. How are you going to stand out?
I just don't know how you can get these guys to want to play here. That's my only issue. I mean, you could look at drafting options in the football program to go to the Raiders or somewhere like that, or you could look at the baseball options and they could do aviator partnerships or something like that. Sure. I just still don't know when you're a young kid, what that draw is. I mean, the recruiting trips, we've heard stories how awful they were and trying to get these kids to go to some places. I mean, that's the Achilles heel he's got to figure out. I'm sorry. His first form of business is trying to figure out the recruitment.
Now the pressure is really on him. That's where the pressure is.
That's the pressure. Yeah. You talk about watching Becky. No, we need to watch Erick. Like, what's that going to look like?
It's going to be, the pressure is on him. And I the thing is, it can't get much worse. So he can only go up from here. Like, he just put in some effort and there's going to be changes and we're all going to be able to see it. So
and he's got a good resume. Like, he really does. He's definitely well in tune with sports. He's been he's done, he's got a good resume to go with it. But again, it's the recruiting. Like, I just want to see how strong that recruitment's going to look and what the plan is.
It's going to be a tough one. But hey, that's what you got to do in that position. So Donnell is running out of adjectives and how many adjectives can Donnell put up in regards to the previous athletic director? She
horrendous, out of touch. I don't know. That's just one word. I can't say
awful. Awful. Yeah, I don't know.
Uninspiring. I don't know. Like inept.
Oh man!
I mean, I guess I could pull out the source on some other stuff. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I'm very curious to see how you can get these young Tito's to come to this city and play, versus a UNR. How Reno gets their top-notch players.
And they're going to Reno. Who wants
exactly?
To
but
Reno?
That's what I'm saying.
Come
there's something missing with why Vegas cannot get these people. What is going on?
Yeah, UNLV was definitely fired back when it was like Larry Johnson and Stacey Ogman days.
That was over. God dog it.
But the football team, though, really has never been caliber-wise. Not like a Reno.
That was basketball. The basketball program is a little different. It's this football program we're trying to narrow down here.
Yeah,
got a state-of-the-art stadium to play in,
and practice facilities,
training facilities. Listen. That's all nice and good, but we need the entertainment too. We need to see why these boys can come out here. I don't know.
We need
I don't know.
all of it.
I mean, it's a college. It's a great college for business and hospitality, restaurateurs. Maybe they could take them to some of the finest dining restaurants and give them that overall Vegas experience. Show tickets to Usher. I mean, I don't know. They need to do something to get these guys.
Show ticket. Listen, I mean,
I
who
don't
wouldn't
know.
want to
I
go
don't
see
know.
Usher? Like, I feel like that would be a legit,
I don't
you
know.
know.
Or, you know, you get into the off-season time where you can meet with Mark Davis first in hand and just say, hey, welcome to Las Vegas. This is what something. I mean, listen.
I mean, if
I don't know.
Mark Davis can almost single-handedly get Becky Hammon here and put the money forth toward that, I mean, unfortunately, he doesn't control the UNLV program, but there's got to be something more, like spending a day with some of the greats of the 80s and 90s. I don't know.
They don't even know those guys. That's all well in the past. We know them because we grew up here, and that's
If
all
they're
we had to hold
ball
on
heads,
to.
they would. Those guys made it to the league. They made a change. I mean, Grandmama, who doesn't know Grandmama? Like, come on.
Are you serious? Larry Johnson.
Okay,
I
I only speak from one point
okay.
of view.
We're talking
so.
about the kids that are born in 98, 99 going into school. I don't think so.
I
really
mean,
don't.
I feel like if you're a true hooper, you really know, like you watch
They
your
barely
YouTube
respect
or
Jordan.
something.
They barely respect Jordan. You know why Jordan is so influential to these young Tito's? I told this to somebody the other day. It's because it's sneakers. Exactly. They don't respect the man. So that's what I'm saying. What are we talking about here? So if they can't even do that for Michael Jordan, you think they're going to do that for Larry Johnson? It's going to be like, who?
I mean,
yeah, right, girl. Okay. You go with that. You run with that. Because we're in that age where we respected and admired because we were kids seeing that growing up. But these Tito's don't care. Yeah, they don't care about all that. Is Tiger going to be there? That's going to be their question.
Is what?
Is Tiger going to be there? Or can we get into Dre's to see 50 or whoever else performing?
Can we get
like, can we do
can
that?
there be an 18 and over section of Dre's?
Right. Can we see a performer?
Oh my gosh. I just you know what? I couldn't even
Shout
get
out to Goose getting a legendary Larry Johnson jersey. It's too bad the Tito's won't recognize it and respect it, but I do. Those that know matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Those Tito's, it's a hard grab. You're asking. And the only reason I have this pulse on it is because I have nieces and nephews in that age, and it's conversations after conversation. Like, what? Who? Yeah, I think I know something about that. No,
You don't.
They
try, maybe.
They try.
I don't know.
You really don't.
Oh my goodness. I just
hire a famous person. They have to fire a very, very, very famous person. Like
they're
really
gonna need
famous.
something. They need something, and
because even if they go to Randall Cunningham's church, who's a UNLV alum,
right.
that's not gonna. You go to Sunday service with Randall Cunningham at his church or whatever. It's still not enough. I really don't think that's gonna work either. Sadly,
I don't think so. Unfortunately, it would be nice. But that's not what's going to happen.
Icky Woods. You can pull Icky Woods. He's a UNLV alum. Bring Icky Woods out. Do they know about the Icky Shuffle? You don't look at you like, what?
Ain't nobody worried about it.
Exactly. So what are we talking about here? We've got to do a different style of recruiting. Come on.
It's a lot. You know?
It is a lot. I don't know what they're going to do. They got to figure it out. Poor Erick. I just pray that it works out.
Yeah, true that. I mean,
get a focus group going.
But can UNLV get a Deion Sanders though?
No, they cannot.
You know, I mean, he did great for Jackson State, but I think there was other. He
did amazing for Jackson State. He did above and beyond for a Jackson State.
Well, look at the person. Like that's Deion. His personality, his aura.
First of all, Primetime has also been an analyst you see on TV. He's had a reality show back in the day, and then he's played baseball and football, and then he's always been not irrelevant to NFL since his retirement. He's always stayed relevant and current. So you've seen him, but no, I don't think UNLV can afford a Deion. At best, like I said,
maybe one of these boosters is going to come out of pocket. You never know. I mean,
they long gone, honey. I don't know.
But we do wish Erick the best, and we hope that he can get some of these arenas and some of these seats filled with fans.
I hope so. I really do.
And not just because they're $10 tickets.
You laughing? Yep. Goose knows what I'm talking about. He got his master's from UNLV though.
Oh man.
Because my mom had a class with Icky.
Oh really?
Yeah, when she was getting her master's.
Okay.
She said she used to bring a little briefcase. Mm-hmm.
Little briefcase.
Yeah.
Briefcases are long gone. Can you believe
Yes, but that was back in the day.
My
The
dad
kids
had a
don't even know a
briefcase.
briefcase. They're like, what's a
They don't even know what a
briefcase?
briefcase
I got a
is.
backpack. I got my fanny pack that's Gucci.
Right,
Like,
a
I got my little
crossbody.
crossbody.
I don't
Like, what are
even
you
need
talking
that.
about? Briefcase.
I got my bag on a
attaché
roller.
case. Attaché case. Let's get fancy with it and call it attaché case. They don't know nothing about that.
So it was announced today, which apparently happens every year, but it kind of got people stirring, is that the NFL is looking at potential sites for the Super Bowl this year in case COVID cases increase and it's unable to happen at SoFi Stadium. Apparently they do this every year. They find a backup just in case something should happen, a stadium that's open that same weekend that could maybe take that in. So of course they're already looking at, Jerry's world, because Jerry, Texas takes everybody in and they don't care who's there or whatnot. So,
Right.
but because the Grammy Awards that were supposed to be at the crypto.com arena on January 31st, those got postponed.
Right.
So that being so close to Super Bowl time.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't think like Snoop and the whole LA parade
That's what
wanna
I'm
be
saying. How's
busting
that gonna
out in
work?
Dallas, you
Yeah,
know?
that's what I was gonna say. How's that
Like,
West Coast connection gonna work in Dallas?
that doesn't seem as interesting. I'd much rather see them at SoFi than Jerry. But they want that money. Jerry's gonna pack more.
Oh, he's gonna pay that bread for it. He's gonna put in any bet. He's gonna make trade offers. He's gonna do whatever he can. He's gonna forgo one city for another city. He'll be like, okay, I get 2022 and I'll come back around this time if you do this. Yeah.
Right.
Probably gonna be Dallas.
So throughout most of our time, doing the podcast and enjoying some of the different topics that come up in sports, we've made a side joke about some of these players and their antics, and we've called it Los Jugadores Locos, because some of the things these guys are doing, it just makes you really be like, wait, what? So, of course, we all know the Antonio Brown situation. If you don't know, you live under a rock and just go on YouTube or ESPN or somewhere and you can find it. Today, he made a statement for the very first time. It's way too long. I don't expect anybody to read this, but it is out there. You can go on our Twitter. I've shared it. Basically, things that we kind of already knew. I guess nobody was understanding as to why he was leaving the field and trotting off in the middle of the third quarter. There was skepticism that he wasn't going in. And so Coach Arians said, hey, well, you're done. You're out. You're off the team. So he left. Well, then the Bucks recanted kind of and said that he wasn't released.
Right.
And they were going to decide on kind of further action. His statement says that he's been injured for a long time. He's had an ankle injury. Everybody's known about it. Him and Coach were just texting about it a few days before. He had an MRI on Monday. He said that even, people are bantering about him jogging and skipping off into the locker rooms through the end zone. But he's like, playing and starting off your foot is one thing, and then just jogging through the the field is something.
Aren't you on your tippy toes when you're skipping along sideways like that, like the way he was doing that?
Who knows? Either which way, he does have some. He basically is showing that they're throwing him under the bus. That they knew of the injury. He was asked twice to go, and that he was shot up with some kind of numbing, pain relieving agent before the game. He played a little bit, and then he couldn't play no more. And so they said, well, they asked him twice to go in. He said no. They're like, all right, bye. Which he left. We saw pictures of him calling an Uber from the stadium. We saw him later at the Brooklyn Nets game, which I was wondering, because is he vaccinated now? Because we know the Nets, you can't not be vaccinated and be going to the games. So we saw him sitting center court or on the court for the Nets game against the Grizzlies. And he did have some issues with his COVID vaccination earlier this year. So whether he is fully vaccinated now or not, he was at the game, and he
was wearing Balenciaga when he was carrying getting that Uber though. He looked fly. Can you imagine the Uber driver when you get in the car and you're looking at Antonio Brown?
Listen, the security said they thought he was a fan or he was somebody there that because the security said that he had asked them for a ride to the airport when he was leaving.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Like, how much you got, AV? Like, yeah, jump in, let's go.
Yeah, like for real. But he probably was on the phone with his
deal.
agent manager the whole time, going off, saying what happened, telling his story and
You
all
already
that.
know,
He didn't
you
get a
already
word in.
know.
You probably couldn't get a word in edgewise, because as soon as I get an Uber, if I was me, I'd be like on my phone, like, guess what happened? Blah, blah, blah. So Probably going off.
But
on
then
that,
then you're just taking videos and selling it to World Star or TMZ.
if you can, but I
making some
doubt
money
that
off
that
it,
driver
right?
can drive and video at the same time. Unless he had one of those cameras in his Uber,
Right.
like some people have, the recorded
Right,
cameras.
right.
But that would have already been released. Here's the
Right.
deal. Antonio
Hey,
has
Lisa.
been Antonio since Central Michigan.
Since forever.
Since he was a 6th-round draft pick into the NFL, they knew he had problems. Since he froze his feet to not go to training
Since
camp
he
for the
threw
Raiders.
furniture off the patio in Miami.
Yeah, since he pulled shenanigans with Pittsburgh for so long, it took a football head to Brett Roethlisberger for them to say, okay, you're out of here now. To New England, to Tampa, here we are.
Yeah.
This is the only league I know that gives a first chance, second chance, 10th chance,
920 chances.
100th chance if you're an elite wide receiver or a player. That's what it is. Elite. The man still
Don't
had
let
10
you be.
catches
Don't
in
be
that
the
game.
don't be the backup to the backup
Excuse
and
me.
get caught doing something. You done.
Yeah,
you done
the man
forever.
had 10 catches in that game. Like, listen, he still got it. So he's still going to keep being in this league, sadly. Forget the shenanigans of why New England let him go on that sexual harassment situation, the whole texting thing and that whole scandal. Can he play, and can he play to win? Well, yeah, he can. He comes off of a suspension with the Buccaneers that first season when Tom invited him, and they won a Super Bowl the last half of that season because of Antonio Brown contributions, okay? And sadly, this is the favoritism of what it is to a certain degree. And if a star athlete like Tom Brady puts his name on something, they're going to roll with it.
I mean, they basically kept him from being cut because Tom's like, wait.
Yeah, we're not cutting him.
Then somebody can, if we release him, someone else is going to pick him up for game 18.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's totally what it is. And so when you have all that going, you can be Antonio Brown and act like a bad, spoiled brat if you do not get your way. So basically, that was an act out of any child that does not get their candy, does not get to do what they want to do. And you're told, go to your room. And they go on the ground and start throwing a tantrum because they can't go to their room because you yelled at them. That's basically what we just witnessed. I don't think it's a mental thing. It could possibly be, but this man has been who he has been since college. There's a reason he didn't get drafted until the 6th round in the NFL draft because they knew his character traits about him were of shenanigans and acting a fool and acting up.
And of course, those antics, along with probably maybe having some mental health and dealing with some of those issues combined, is not helping nobody. Because all he knows is to have those antics to get him out of those situations.
To get him out of the situations.
This is a long standing of never having any therapy or never having any, nothing addressed in your life.
You gotta want help to get help, but it doesn't help when the NFL enables you to get that help because they jock you because you're elite at what you do. So you're enabling the whole situation anyway. So I put this all on Tom, honestly. Like, this is your fault. Like, this is what you wanted. This is what you got. You should have known with the fake vaccine card, here we go, it's about to start, that some other shenanigans was going to come up. You know what I mean? You should know. And the only smart thing Tampa Bay did was bonus him out of his money rather than what the Raiders offered, that $30 million that he got most of it guaranteed. And the same thing with New England getting money guaranteed. So anytime going forward with Antonio Brown, I see it as you need to put contingencies on his contract. You'd be like, okay, you need to have certain things to get this money, to keep him in
all
line,
the money this man has lost. Like, unbelievable.
And the crazy thing about it is he doesn't even care because in his mind, he knows he's still valuable. Because they have enabled him to make him valuable. Like I said, the man can do no wrong. He's still going to be on the team. Everybody's like, oh, he's never playing in the league again. Never say never, friends. Don't ever say that when it comes to the NFL. You can never say never, except for Colin Kaepernick. And the only reason it wasn't so much the stance, is just because they thought the level of mediocrity of him as a quarterback is not worthy of being in this league. And that's shameful because there's quarterbacks worse than him that's in this league. So it's a crazy catch-22. But AB still puts up numbers, limited time playing. He going to get you 10 catches and some receptions, and he going to score a touchdown on you. He still got that in him. So I don't know what else they're going to do.
Rashad says that he's shady. Tom's shady too. Yeah, Maurice, listen, the fake vaccine cards are out there. I mean, the fact that somebody of his stature or his, relevance in the NFL and popularity, maybe not as great of an idea, especially if you know people that are going to, sell you out on it. But
what do you mean who fakes a vaccine card? Didn't you see all these people get busted for fake vaccine card? And they're nobodies.
They still out there busting them,
Yeah. And he was with the shenanigans too with it. I mean, this is the same man that froze his feet, you guys. Listen up. He froze his feet on purpose, not going in the cryogenics thing, which the proper footwear to freeze his feet to delay going to training for the Raiders. This is the same man that had helmet issues prior to joining the Raiders. He wanted a former helmet that they don't even make anymore. Like he was stalling every chance he could because
it's always
he was not getting his way of getting out of that team. He made a horrible mistake saying he wanted to go for the Raiders. He did not want to be a Raider. And he tried to do everything possible to not be a Raider, succeeded at that. So it's like if he doesn't get his way, he's going to act out. That's what we expect. You don't get your way, you're acting out.
Yep.
Like a child.
So that was one of the Jugadores Locos. We've got 4 tonight. The second one, Bud Dupree, he's a lineman for the Titans. So the Titans finished their game, you know. He gets charged with a misdemeanor assault in an altercation with a Walgreens employee later that night in Nashville. Apparently there was some words exchanged and there were some guys in there and the guys went to the car. They got Bud. Bud comes back in. He assaults or grabs at the employee, grabs his phone, and then an altercation takes place.
So what is he, a muscle man on the side? Is he their muscle guy? Is he like
you playing in a professional sport? You having a contract? You just winning a game now? Is this like the endorphin? Is this like, you know, your energy after a win? Like what? I don't. Yeah, man.
Maybe he's their muscle guy. Bring in the muscle. Maybe he's part-time muscle guy.
Well, now he might be part-time.
That only indicates it's about to be a roughed up situation. Go get Bud.
I mean, how about you tell your friends, no, listen, I just got out of a game. I got playoffs coming up. Nah, we ain't doing this shit.
He could be a paid muscle. You never know. He could be hired muscle. Maybe like, go get Bud.
It's like the OnlyFans, but for guys.
Right. Go get Bud. Hey, we need Bud to come in and rough this guy up. That is just crazy too. Okay, so Locos on that. All right. What's the next one?
We got in Las Vegas, yet another Raider has been arrested for a DUI charge.
Oh, Nate.
Cornerback Nate Hobbs. Just so he literally must have got off the plane from Indiana on Sunday after their win and went directly out because he was found sleeping in his car in a parking garage of one of the Las Vegas Strip hotels. Just so you guys know, because you're sleeping in your car does not mean you're okay or you're going to get out of your DUI. If you're still intoxicated and you're still in the car and the keys are there and they're in the ignition.
Well, the rule is you're supposed to throw the keys in the back seat, get in the passenger seat. He didn't do that. If your keys are in the ignition, you get charged with the intent to possibly drive and be intoxicated.
He's still in the driver's seat.
Was his keys in the ignition or did he throw them on the floor?
I believe so.
Oh yeah.
But I know someone that's thrown them on the floor, even though they're in the in the driver's seat and they still get one. So I think also
you got to be in the passenger seat. You got to get in the passenger seat. You literally got to be in the back seat of your car and lay down, put the keys in the front of your car somewhere like that, where it's just
how has anybody on the Raiders not learned a lesson yet?
You would think it'd be a cautionary tale with the Henry Ruggs situation. I mean, he partially thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Ramp, but
it was good for him to at least make that effort. But hey, if you're in a casino already and you're that faded, why don't you just get a hotel room? You're in a casino.
Yeah, you could have.
There's plenty of rooms.
I mean, my question is, who are the enablers around you?
Who's your crew? Why are you by yourself?
Did you go by yourself to Dre's or did you go gamble? Like, I need to know backstory.
And who lets you leave alone? Who said get back to the car? Okay, hit me when you get home.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't hire a driver either, because we'd all take.
Well, apparently the NFL does have these where there's a line that you can call and someone comes out to grab you. No questions asked. I don't know. I haven't really heard from any of players on if those work or if that is a real thing. That
I mean, if he was in a park stall sleep, I probably as a bystander would have minded my business. But the fact that he was on the exit ramp, like on one of the ramps, that was kind of crazy. Unless they're parking on ramps now. And looking at Cromwell's parking, it's probably understandable if someone initially parked on the ramp because there's never any parking there.
Never
parking is horrible. And I've seen people on the rooftop go up on that ramp up and make a little parking spot off the ramp. So I have a questions. I need to know what part of the ramp he was on, not to excuse it, but the same time.
But why aren't you just getting off the plane and Ubering over to Dre's anyway? Because you already know the parking situation's bad.
Yeah, and my thing is, if he like you didn't even valet, like you literally park, bro. Like you didn't even
You play
valet.
for the Raiders. Like you throw
Like,
out
you
your
didn't-
NFL players card, get some VIP treatment.
I mean, they're not thinking.
That's
It's
one thing they do get is they get the card. That gets them in some places.
They're not thinking. It's an impulsive movement. It's an impulsive move. It's impulsive. They're young. It's impulsive. Their mantra, just like anybody else that seen the Henry Ruggs situation, thinks it's not going to happen to them. I mean, nothing has changed in this. You still got DUIs. You still got people going to bars, restaurants, clubs, drinking and getting in the car. Like it's just one of the, I don't know what else you could say. I don't know what else you could say. My question to all of this now is, will he be able to play in Sunday's game? We need our quarterback. Yeah, he messed up on a couple plays in the Indy game and got us a penalty, but at the same time, we need him. We need Nate Hobbs. You know, we need that corner. So I want to know, is he going to play on Sunday or not? Is he getting fined? He's out of jail. Is he playing on Sunday or not?
Ain't nobody know.
See,
Ain't
well,
no
that's the
updates.
answer I need. I need to know, is he playing on Sunday? That's all I care about now. Thank God it wasn't anything more severe. Thank God no one was hurt or involved in this. And thank God that it didn't
Very
get
much
as
so.
egregious as Henry Ruggs situation. But at the same time, he's got to have some accountability and grow the F up. I mean, you go to Dre's after hours, you should already know what time it is. You should get on your phone and schedule you an Uber just off the GP and be like, okay, I'm scheduling one at 4:00. I don't have to think about it anymore. My phone will pop up and it'll just, notify me that it's coming. And I get on and get my car the next day.
We would all think so. We would all hope so.
But they don't think that. It's Vegas. They don't think that. And I'm tired of people blaming the city as a turnout city. All it does is expose vices. You already had those bad behaviors before, and it already happened. It happens in Miami and all these other cities. It happens everywhere. It's just that the target is on us because of the Ruggs situation. Josh Jacobs didn't even get this much national.
The Raiders are blacklisted.
Ball alerts, shade room alerts, none of that. When Josh Jacobs had his little thing with the Trulies, it was only local news. You know what I mean? This has made a national news thing because of the whole Henry Ruggs situation. If we didn't have the Ruggs situation, Nate Hobbs would be another local story.
Yeah.
Just like the local stuff that would happen in Oakland that no one in Vegas knew about that the Raiders would do. Same thing in every other city. You know, it's crazy.
Very crazy. What's up to the Sportsnista?
Hey,
Thanks for
Cassandra.
tuning in.
Let's talk about that 1-2 combo on Jason Derulo. Did we see that?
I didn't take that one down.
Oh, he landed it. He landed his punches all day.
Someone called him Usher. Where was he at? Like the Bellagio?
He was at Aria, right outside the Jewel nightclub. I saw the little Jewel signs. He was right outside that by the escalator. I know exactly where he was.
I'm sorry, but how hot do you have to get where you gotta go hit somebody because they're calling you Usher and telling you to F off?
Hey, listen.
Now you got a lawsuit coming your way. Oh,
he
he
got
did.
those
He
hands,
got them
didn't
hands.
he?
Yeah,
He hit him with a 1-2. He hit him with a 1-2.
Straight to the ground. Straight.
He sure did. What's the next Jugadores Loco? I had to throw that one in because
our last Jugadores Loco, of course, Mr. Tristan Thompson. He is the baby's father. So this man's in the news more for Kardashians than he is for the NBA or any basketball that he does.
Because he wasn't ever really that good.
It's just, and I had to play this little clip because I almost died. I almost spit out my water when I was watching it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, the two phones. They got two phones.
He stay with it. He stay out. Listen, Chloe, if she don't stop taking this, but hey, if that's what you want, that's what you.
My thing is, you knew what you got when you got it.
I just
don't come off like a victim now. Shame on you the first time.
You can't.
Shame me second time. This guy is definitely for the streets. Thank you, Cassandra. That's what he is. He's for the streets all day.
Listen, he need to get snipped. Snipped is what he need to be doing.
He's just for the script. He's for the streets. He's for the streets. You know what I mean? He is totally for the streets. And the thing of it is until you realize that your child's father is for the streets, the more you'll,
he left someone pregnant with his child to go to her. So if that didn't already give you a red flag enough, like, come on.
I knew that kid was his the minute she claimed it. He's for the streets. He's always messing around and catting around. That's what he does. If he wasn't that good at basketball, he's definitely shooting his shot up and shooting clubs up, getting babies. Like, it's crazy.
Chloe definitely has.
Lamar Odom definitely wants her back though. Maybe she needs to
Oh
get
yeah,
with
he was trying to
Lamar.
get back in them. Hey, I really feel sorry for Chloe. You know, she's a great person. She doesn't deserve this. Yeah,
He
because you
wants
want
her
her back.
back. Like, he
You did
really
the same
does.
thing. Like, come on, but she was doing it with prostitutes and drugs. That's what your vices were back then. Like,
Yeah, and then he had a big sugar addiction, which was like the candies and stuff, and that made it for all his other drug addictions. But yeah, but you know,
it's
I
too
don't know.
much.
She was really good to hit Lamar too, and I just, you know, maybe I don't know. I'm all for redemption.
But can you
Maybe the two
imagine
of them
being
can
in
get
that
back together.
Kardashian spotlight every day, 24/7? Like, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could live with cameras and people
I
following me
mean, we're
24/7.
women, so Rob, we could, because Rob don't get no spotlight, so we good.
I mean, you know, hey, I mean, Kim's
Rob
gone
don't get no
from
spotlight unless he gains too much weight, but he's in hiding, so we'll just be in hiding with him with his money. Like, I have no problems.
Let's move on to some football. Of course, we had Big Ben's likely last game in Pittsburgh. They beat the Browns. Barely. It was a terrible game until like the last 5 minutes. All of a sudden, they want to score points.
Yeah, and that
Last
was
game
Andy
for Big
Dalton,
Ben?
though, right? Wasn't that Andy
Huh?
Dalton? Wasn't that, you
No.
talking about the Bears game?
No, the
Oh, you talking about
Pittsburgh and the
Steelers?
Browns.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah. No, that was his last game for Pittsburgh. And,
It
you know, of
sure
course, they could make
was.
it the playoff. They could still, there's a slight chance of making the playoffs. If they do, they probably won't play at home, though. So it was the goodbye for Mr. Benjamin.
And was it a long goodbye? I turned away, and the man was still on the field. I turned away, the man was still on the field. He had a very hard time getting off that field.
I turned away when
understood
the
it,
game was off.
and I understood it. And I understood it. He walked that whole entire field.
Entire. And
emptying
you
off,
saw there was a guy next to him on the
slapping
phone. Was
hands.
like, "You want to keep walking? You want to keep?" Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
and he
fine. You
wanted
want
to keep
walking.
going because it was just his last moment. Now, the technical last snap that we thought was going to have, that he threw
Sure.
to get
Yeah.
the touchdown, I thought that was amazing. And then they put him back out on the field. It kind of killed the moment because he took a knee.
Right,
But I was
took
like,
the
I wouldn't have
knee.
brought him out. I'm like, no, I did the touchdown. I'm good. I'm just going to walk the
Whatever.
field.
It was his last time.
But it was
you
his
know,
last
whatever.
time. You were
Yeah.
feeling it, I guess. He should have been gone 10 years ago. Let's be clear.
I mean, I'm sure.
Let's be clear, he should've been
I don't think many Steelers fans will disagree with you either.
He should have
Maybe
been gone a
5.
long time ago, okay? But I mean, I still felt for the guy when he ended it. It was a nice,
Yeah.
heartfelt speech. He's a very. It was a good look at Ben as a person.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
emotional. Thanking
His
God.
kids came to
very
hug
blessed.
him. and-
He's a very grounded guy, and he's got it. It seems like he's got his spirituality in check too. And I know Tomlin's a big spiritual guy too, so they have that connection as well. And you know, I like to see what the future holds for Big Ben. It's time, and I'm glad
Right.
that he called it when he did, because some people don't know how to let go. Some people are waiting to play with their sons get out there. Some
That's for
people still got it and they're over 40. So I don't know. I mean, you got the people that just ain't ready to call it, but I'm glad that he saw the signs that it's time.
Well, good. I think it wasn't just him that was seeing the signs. It was probably people around him like, listen, bro, like
Man, the man was gimpy walking that field. I was like,
right?
listen, you look, look, it's time. It's time. You forgot one Jugadores Locos, though.
Oh, what?
Kevin Porter Jr. throwing something at his assistant coach, and Christian Wood refusing to go back into the game because y'all want to throw conniption fits, and you don't like. So you gonna throw something at your coach? Like I don't even know what happened on the outcome of that.
I mean, we are speaking about the person who fathered a child with Brittany. So
yeah, I have to throw out I have to throw out just the crazies. Okay, just all of it. That was an honorable mention.
That was a good honorable mention. Thank you.
Like who does that?
You know, it's too much. So your Raiders, they got the Chargers, Sunday night football. It's a big game. It's basically a win or go home because whoever wins gets in the playoffs, correct?
Right. And then if it's two other teams that if they lose, we both go in the playoffs. I'm trying to think which two teams it is that we have that. And listen, Darren Waller's back.
I thought he was still out. He's back.
He's coming back. He's back.
Okay,
he's announced that he's back.
Good. You need
like
that.
I said,
you need
we
that.
need it. But it's sad if Nate Hobbs can't play on the other side of that. But it's okay. It's okay. Justin Herbert and the Chargers are the truth. They are a legit.
They've been up and down though.
They've been up and down, but the hosts, they are legit. And this is going to be a revenge game for the Raiders because we had technical difficulties going to SoFi. You know, we had weather restrictions and stuff that delayed the game, took some of the momentum I feel out of our guys. They were ready, and it kind of lost some of that energy with the weather.
Heather said if Indy loses to the Jags, then you both go.
Okay, then we both go. That's not gonna happen.
Heather,
So
you
it's
and
gonna be do or
Mo,
die.
woo, this
Yeah,
weekend.
Yeah, we would
Woo-hoo.
love that, but that's not gonna happen. So this will be our good revenge game for us. And I just need them to put it all out there on the field. I need them to put everything out there on the field. If you got to use Mariota, you want to switch out and do those kind of
Make it happen.
Do everything. Put it
Don't
all
delay
out
that
on the field.
decision
Like I
at
need you to do
all.
everything. Now, here's one thing that I will not do. People have been asking me, "Am I going to this game?" I'm not going to go to this game. I'm 0-3 with the Raiders. Every time I go, they lose. So I cannot go to this game. I don't feel comfortable going. So I'm going to pass on going to the game. I will just rep them at home because when I did that last time, we won. So the last 2 times I've done that. Thanksgiving, Colts game, we've won. So I'm just going to stay. And Maurice, thank you. I appreciate you rooting for our Raiders because we need this. I mean, not since 2016. Not since 2016.
This would be amazing. And amazing for the city too here, even though they're not playing here, just to be able to have a playoff team.
But it's like inaugural for this city. It's inaugural for Allegiant because we didn't have the spectators last time. So this is, man, I'm just hoping that game. I'm going to be like you. I'm doing 100 wardrobe changes.
You got to change. If it's not getting the right flow or the right vibe, you just got to change it up.
I'm starting
hat,
off with Bo. I'm going to start off with Bo. I'm going to leave one of the Madden game cartridges out on the table. I'm going to start off with my Bo Jackson, Mitchell and Ness jersey first, and then I'm going to just see how it goes and then change into some other stuff. And I probably put on Waller too. I got to put on Waller. I haven't worn the Waller one yet. So, that's.
I know
I'm
Heather
at these home games, you guys. I can't go. I just can't. I refuse to.
Well, Heather, you
and
can do also is stock the ticket price. They did go up, but stock them Sunday morning because sometimes people want to sell them and they want to get rid of them. So make sure you try that.
Because the prices did shoot up when they announced that we were in playoff contention, and this game is, and they moved it to a Sunday night late game too,
and a Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday night game. I mean, man, it's gonna be on fire. I don't even want to be outside the stadium tailgating with friends. I don't want to be in no vicinity of it. I'm 0-3.
You need your space. You just need to have space.
Yeah,
you need to be able to change. That's why I feel most comfortable at home watching my games. Like, don't you want to go to the bar? I'm like, for what? Like, because I want to lay on my couch. I want to be able to stress and pace and yell and
get up
throw things if I need to, change if I have to.
All of that.
You can't do all that at the bar.
I'm gonna have my Raiders glasses out. I got some game cards out. Shout out to Nate that gave us those cards, the playing cards. I'm gonna have that out. Like, I just got to make sure I have a temple set up in my living room for this game to get it together. Like, I really need that cracking.
I might even put like a black scarf on Shug for the Sunday game for you.
Yeah, I can give him that scarf that he wore that last time, that Raiders one that he likes.
Yeah, get him all ready for the Sunday football.
Get him ready for the scenario. Yeah.
Yeah. Other football news, Derrick Henry is now going to be able to get off the IR. They just got to place him off the IR list. Joe Mixon tested positive for COVID. So here's the deal. Joe Burrows isn't playing on Sunday because they already made the playoffs. They won the AFC. They run the AFC North. So no Burrows, no Mixon. They're playing the Browns. They were supposed to be negative.
No Baker.
No, well, no. Oh yeah, no Baker either.
Yeah.
So the Bengals originally were favored by 5.5 points. Now they're +3, I think, because they feel Browns still got a good defense with or without the 10 interceptions.
Still got Jamar Chase
Baker
out
Mayfield.
There. And Case Keenum.
No, but Jamar Chase wasn't at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Between him and Burrow second, that's how I lost fantasy football. No. But real quick on fantasy football, I want to shout out Bobby, who's in the guys league. He is taking my belt away from me that I've had for 2 years straight.
Wow. I'm
so
sorry.
This guy his record was 7-7, but he still managed to make it and get into the championship and win.
Wow.
And he had Jamar Chase, who had 97 points for him.
I'm telling you that Jamar Chase is a problem.
Wait.
Go ahead. Say what
and shout out to Holly, who's in our girls league. She is the champion for our league this year. So congrats to her. She was 9-6. Mo, you were in 9th place in the girls league.
I dropped tremendously. I did horrible. I started out top dog and just fell apart. And must you air my dirty laundry on the podcast, but that's fine. I'll take it.
I mean, I'm
shout
just saying, we're going to
shout out to my brother Marcus winning the Nordy
What?
football. league.
Okay,
Yes,
go
he's not even a Nordstrom
Marcus.
employee, and a non-Nordstrom
I'm like,
person
how
won
did
the
he get in
championship.
there?
I let him get in. He's related to me. That's my brother. Shout out to him taking the number 1 spot, beating our
What's he
rack
get?
manager. I gotta put something together so we can show the rest of the employees, because we had employees that didn't even work in our location. We had some that were store managers at rack stores in different cities and stuff. They were all in this league with us. So he played one that is our shout out to Sean C, who's the rack store manager out in Palm Desert. Played him in the final round, and Marcus was the winner.
How many are in that to begin with?
So I think it's like 12 of us.
Oh, that's not very many. It's because I guess because of all the different locations, I was thinking it was like a huge
So
turnout
we
or
had some
something.
people that were based out of Arizona playing. We had some that were locals playing. We had, our store manager locally was playing. She played, and she was in our girls' league too. We had her in that. So yeah, my brother, total outsider. So I think next season we're gonna have to do it's got to be Nordstrom employees only. That's just not fair.
We'll move on to a little NBA news. Kyrie came back tonight. This is his first game back this season. I don't know. Did they win? Did the Nets? Did they beat?
I'm checking now. I know Golden State lost. To the Mavericks, and they're
Steph got
retiring.
hurt. He had a hamstring injury.
Oh, he did?
Steph. Yeah.
Oh no. And they're retiring Dirk Nowitzki's jersey tonight. Just so you know. Dirk Nowitzki did his retirement. Yeah.
Yep. And CD Lamb and a couple other guys were there.
We're at the game.
And so was your pitcher from the Dodgers. Oh wow, they won.
Yeah, they won 129 to 121.
My Bulls.
Number 1.
Number 1 in the East. Oh, Mo's going away. But let me just tell you about DeMar DeRozan real quick, because this man had 2 game-winning shots back-to-back Friday and Saturday. Friday was against the Pacers. He had like a 3-pointer off of one leg, unbalanced. It goes in. He hits it again. Here's Mo.
Yeah, they're thriving. Your Bulls are on fire.
Man, DeMar DeRozan is fire.
Yeah, back-to-back buzzer beaters, huh?
And Caruso's been out this whole time too. So, that's the other part of it. We're up 2 games over the Nets. Well, we were until they won tonight for number 1 in the East. So I'm great with that. Klay Thompson, there's some possible rumors of his return to possibly be on Sunday versus the Cavs. He was at a shooting practice, kind of gave up a 6 fingers, thinking that maybe in 6 days he was returning. There's still no set time frame on when he will, but maybe it could happen this weekend.
And
I
like the Warriors. I don't have a problem with them. I like them.
No, I like the Warriors. But one thing I had to bring up, because I didn't even know the stat existed and it threw me completely off. Russell Westbrook had his first game of not having a single turnover. So for 407 games straight since 2016, he's had at least 1 or more turnovers every game up until yesterday when he had none. That is insane.
Between him and Harden, it's a crazy game. Harden's going to have a game like that hopefully one of these days.
I didn't even know that stat. I mean, I knew he turned the ball over a lot, but I hadn't realized that it was every single game.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew it because I'm a Laker fan and I don't even watch them play anymore, but I assume he has turnovers. I found out from the Sacramento game, the game they won against nobody, that he had 0 turnovers. And I was like, oh, good for him. Will that continue? Probably not, but this is where we're at. We're still above 500, y'all.
Yeah,
we're number 7. We're number 7 in the West.
Hitting that bottom 8.
We're in that bottom of the whole league, but I don't know what these Lakers need to do. And they're talking about trades. They're rumored trades. I'm getting alerts now. Rumored trades about Russell Westbrook going somewhere else or doing something. Rondo's gone already.
Deal with all that?
Twitter's been trending a lot with the Lakers on why Dwight Howard has not been playing. A lot of Twitter community people are asking
where has
Dwight
he been?
He's healthy. He's fine. I don't know why they're not playing him. So between Fizdale and
LeBron's bench
and our head coach and LeBron, I just don't know what to do. And then I have a message for LeBron. Please do not mess with Phil Hankey, our assistant coach. Don't come running after him trying to yell.
Phil was not about to have that.
And Phil was not having it in his grown man voice with his fine self. He is not about to have that with you. And so
he said,
he's like, what you talking about? He got loud. I was like, oh.
To who?
To LeBron. What? Yeah, like, what? You gonna talk to me? Yeah, leave Phil Hankey alone.
No, you don't want them problems.
He ain't having it. So you got to go cry to somebody else. But the Lakers, We gotta love it.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. There's always something happening when you watch a game. It's just not exciting to watch because we have no Tito's.
You
at
just
the
gotta
shoot.
watch during the fourth
And-
period. That's all.
Yes,
Fourth
yes.
period will be exciting enough, hopefully.
One thing that trends with the Lakers, if you're a sportsbook bettor, bet them in the first half. They always lead in the halftime. It's the second half that kills us. They're always up in the first half, no matter who they're playing.
Always up.
It always seems to be up in the first half.
Okay.
And
I'm
then
gonna
the
stat
second
check
half.
that.
Yeah, just keep looking. Look at their
Because
first half.
I'd be
and go
losing my
box scores.
parlays with the Lakers. Like I'll bet them to just money line and then they lose, or I'll bet the under and they all of a sudden want to score 30
Now you got to
points
bet
in the last
half
4
games with
minutes.
them. You got to bet halves with them. I would do first half with them all day, but
Yeah.
second half,
Yeah.
no chance.
Real quick before we get into some sneakers, of course we mentioned earlier the Vegas Golden Knights. So, we've talked about the trading and professional sports and having players leave and go. Well, tomorrow the Rangers come in town. We've got our old head coach Gallant here, as well as Reeves. Reeves is back as a Ranger for his first time back here at T-Mobile Arena. I know, that's Thursday's game. Natalie's going to be there at that game.
Okay.
And then Saturday we have the Blackhawks in town, and Fleury is back. So I'll be going to the Fleury game, or we'll both be going to the Fleury game as well. We get to see Fleury back in action, just on the opposite side. And it's been tough because currently the Vegas Golden Knights goalie Leonard has been out. Mark Stone's been out. We had a brand new rookie playing his first NHL game last night. They lost 3-2 to the Predators, but he did pretty. I mean, for your first NHL team game and you're going against the Predators, who are like second in their division, like that's pretty good. But we are still number one in the Pacific Division, so
and
still have high hopes.
Out. We don't have Max Pacioretty for the rest of the season, right?
These injuries have been tough.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything gets. But it'll be nice to see those guys back here in Las Vegas. I'm sure knowing Vegas and the way they do cinematography and the productions, they're gonna have some great thing for all three.
And people are gonna be reading those Revo jerseys. Yeah, bust out your Reeves jerseys if you got one. Like they never sold them anywhere. Yeah.
And then I think that was all. So I'm gonna get into some sneaker. I thought this was funny. I saw this when New Year's hit, and the caption for was "No negativity into 2022."
For real.
Listen,
word of life.
We all have not had that problem.
Word of life. I was very tempted.
Sneakers be bringing with the sneaker app when you get that was not chosen or did not get you. It could change your whole mood for the day.
It sure can. So. I'm over it, actually. I'm just done. I have cashed out. I'm not even chasing it anymore. Forget it.
I got to be done. I got to take a little break. I got two.
You got some great ones. You got some great ones.
I really don't have much I want to see until I think maybe into like March or April. So if I'm going to look at
something a little easier. I'm just not even going to forget it.
Right.
I'm switching over to the vegan sneakers. I'm gonna get some.
So these are the AJ4 the Crimsons. Now these are also previously known as the Red Thunder. So from some reason the name changed earlier in the year to be Red Thunder for the release, and now it's the Crimson. I'm guessing the lighting might just be different, or maybe I don't know. But they changed the name from Red Thunder to Crimson. So now they are releasing on January 15th.
Yeah,
you've got the Air Jordan 13s Court Purple. They release this Saturday. I don't know. I'm not a big 13 fan.
I don't wear 13,
all right.
so it's like I don't care.
We've got the Nike Air Huaraches, the Off Noir, which these are pretty cute.
Size up in the Huaraches, y'all.
Yeah.
Size up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They tight when you putting them in. Putting your foot in.
The Jordan Why Not 0.5. They are also out on January 15th.
What in the LeBron looking Space Jam looking shoes are those?
They add the little orange in there for why not us? Why not this?
Yeah, skip it. Hard pass.
Yeah. So Prada and Adidas have a little collab. These are the Forum Re-Nylon collection. They come in lows and highs with that, of course, festive, that little pouch for your keys, your car. I don't know.
It's a signature pouch. They had them on the combat boots this season and stuff. That's the
so the lows go for $850. The highs go for $1120. And these are releasing on the 12th of January.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass on those two.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's like 5 pairs of Jordans for me. So there's no way.
I mean, it's not even that. They're just not cute. Like it'd be one thing. The high tops don't look.
And I don't like Adidas.
Sorry. You could do the boots and call it a day. The combat dudes are fire. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The sneaker thing is just getting so bad with not being
For all
able
of
to
our
cop
golf
shoes.
fans out there, AJ Lowe.
Now, I do like those.
Yes, me too.
I
So
do
if you
like
got a
those.
golfer out there, a golfer in your family. So these ones will be released sometime in January. We're not sure when. However,
Yeah.
they've got 4 other colorways too.
Yeah, I like those. I saw that when they posted that on House of Heat. Shout out to House of Heat. They had
Yeah.
those on there a few
Love
days
House of
back.
Heat.
I like them. They're pretty dope.
You hit me to House of Heat, so I appreciate it because that's where I be getting all my picks and info from now. I be loving them.
House of Heat. And House of Heat is an overseas website. You know that, right?
Yeah?
They're UK. They're based out of the UK. They're a UK
Nice.
Instagram. So they be knowing about them Jordans when they come out. I don't know how they know, but they know.
I love it. You also got an upcoming possible Louis Vuitton and AJ1 collection, black and green, sometime in late 2022. So there's no Jordan emblem on these. It's basically Nike with the Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Clearly some difference in the soles and around the ankles support. But I can only imagine what the price point for those is going to be.
I mean, listen,
And they,
it's getting so ridiculous now. First of all, you can't get a regular stock shoe. Now they go on this upper echelon of a designer stock shoe for them to try to make money off. By the time you get the one regular stock shoe, it's triple the price of.
But mind you, they're still having
price
issues with even making these things, like the manufacturers, the shipping. I mean, people are waiting for those Dior Jordans forever to ever get them. And I don't even know if some people ever got them. I
just don't play with that kind of stuff. It's just crazy because the thing of it is it's a Jordan still at the end of the day. I don't care what you're saying about the designer on it. Yeah, it's a good collab and stuff, but it's a Jordan. It's still gonna be a heavy ass shoe. It's gonna be one of those shoes that still break down if you keep it dead for too long, if you don't have the right packaging. It's still
don't wear them to pool parties.
Require
please.
Jason Mark to clean the soles of them. You're still gonna have to go through the motions. I mean, what are we talking about here?
It is what it is.
I'm gonna have to look at the Vihas. I'm telling you, I'm looking at these vegan leather sneakers that are so lightweight. I have to get some Vihas. I can't get any of my doggone Jordans, my Dunks. I can't get none of my shoes. I'm about to go for Vihas now.
Also, sweetness update.
Oh my God.
I know you sent this to me earlier.
Yes. Shout out to Girl Scout cookie time.
So, Girl Scout cookies. I've only been a Thin Mint person. That and maybe some shortbreads here and there, but Thin Mints all the way. But these could change me.
Thin Mints, shortbreads, the lemon ones, and these. Whoever has a child.
Adventurefuls. They're made with a salted brownie.
Salted caramel. Chocolate brownie. That's it.
Ooh, delicious.
Salted caramel. That's what sold me. Those look so divine and delectable. And I'm gonna tell everybody that's listening and tuning in, if you have a child, a niece, or whoever that is selling Girl Scout cookies,
that needs some boxes sold,
please reach out to me because working at Nordstrom, you'll make the money. Trust me. Our whole store will buy Girl Scout cookies all day. You pop up in a Nordstrom, we will fill them orders out and give you the money, and we'll just expect our delivery.
Share this video to one of your friends.
Yes,
with kids
please. Because you could pull up to us any time of the day, and we will take advantage of Girl Scout cookies. That's an untapped market. That whole store, that whole store will buy boxes all day. We've done it before in the past, and we'll do it again. I mean, I had my homegirl's daughter.
Heather's got a dealer. She said
she's got a cookie dealer. Tell them come through Nordstrom. Tell them come through Nordstrom on Monday. We will definitely handle business.
Wait, are they out now, or I haven't seen? I haven't gone.
No, the season is January, but it's coming. This is the month for it. It's Girl Scout cookie. The first of the year we always look forward to.
I know.
Basketball season kind of starting up now since football's leaving. You get sad about that, but you always know in January it's Girl Scout cookie time. Girl Scout cookie time. And I had my friend, I'm telling you, she pulled up in her SUV. We had the whole trunk was boxes of Girl Scout cookies for the entire store. Like my coworkers and coworkers on the second floor, third floor, maintenance,
everybody. You just make an announcement on the PA, like the Girl Scout cookie drop is here.
Girl Scout cookies, and they buying 5 and 6, 7 boxes, honey. No problem. Like you pull up to Nordstrom, you gonna make that bread. She's gonna get her quota and then some. Tell her to come up to the mall for real.
All right, let's get into these pick'ems. Guys, this is the last weekend of football as far as regular season goes. So for all of us like myself whose team ain't going nowhere, this is the last weekend.
Yeah, season finale.
You can't. Like,
I know. It's sad. I would love to see the Seahawks in that NFC division, but it's going to be dangerous because guess what? You got to go through Lambeau now.
oh, listen, I already
You ain't
know.
getting.
I don't think
You're not going
anybody in the
nowhere.
NFC.
Yeah.
Lambeau in
You can't-
January,
Yeah,
February is
yeah.
not the
Forget about
business.
it. Yeah, y'all got to go through Lambeau.
No.
I don't
Not
know.
when you're used to playing in a dome like Arizona or over in Frisco weather. And no, you guys are no.
Got to come over to
Sorry.
Lambeau Field to get out of there. Good
All right,
luck.
so we've got no games on Thursday. We've got 2 games on Saturday. We've got Kansas City Chiefs at the Broncos.
Okay.
Here's the deal. For all those teams that have already got number 1 position, I don't know if the NFC, I don't know if the AFC did, but
Not
NFC,
yet.
of course.
NFC, you guys
So
did
the
early.
Chiefs are still fighting for that. So that means
They
they're
are.
going to be playing all their players because now we're getting down to a time where if you're
Mhm.
out there making bets still, a lot of the players, like we said earlier, Joe Burrows was going to play this Sunday.
Yeah.
They're going to keep some of their players out so they're not getting hurt for playoff.
Right.
So just be mindful of that.
Right.
Be mindful of that.
Right.
So you got the Chiefs at the Broncos. If the Chiefs want that number 1 position, then they
No, it's going to
obviously
be the
need playing all their
Chiefs.
players.
It's going to be
Yeah.
the Chiefs. Teddy Bridgewater's still out, correct?
I believe so.
He's done for the rest of the season. I
I
think he's
haven't
coming back.
seen. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
he's
any
out.
news on
So
him.
yeah, he's out. So yeah.
So you've got Dallas at Philadelphia.
I'm taking the
You know,
Eagles. Plain and simple.
Dallas can't play, I don't think, in the cold
He-
weather.
I'm sorry. Have you seen how these Eagles have been playing?
Jalen Hurts, listen.
He's looking really good. And he got unscathed when the thing came down on him. He's
God is
he's
blessing
Iron
him,
Man.
you know, like
He
he
didn't
is
even get
untouchable. The
I'm going with
Packers
Philly.
at the Lions.
Oh, Green Bay.
But see,
Even
they're
though
not going to have. I'm assuming Rodgers probably won't play, but maybe
It would
he
not
will
matter
for a
not
little
because
bit.
when he was out with COVID that week, their backup quarterback, they still won the game.
Yeah, Jordan Love or whatever.
Yeah,
you
it matters not. It matters not.
know. All right, the Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I want the Jacksonville Jaguars to win. We need the Colts to lose. Let Trevor Lawrence have an anomaly game. But I know good and well these Colts are probably going to win. But I'm going to pick the Jaguars anyway. I'm going to pick them anyway. Just
All
to
right.
say, I haven't picked them all season. I'll pick them for the last week,
Okay.
whatever.
We got
Never
the
know.
Washington football team soon to be named, and we've got the New York Giants.
I'm taking the Giants. Bump Washington. NFT, WFT, WTF. Forget you guys.
I'm gonna go with
I don't like how y'all
Washington.
did my Raiders, so I'm never
I know you did.
picking you
I don't
guys,
like how they did
ever.
my Seahawks either, but
I'm never
still,
picking you guys in
know.
life. I don't care. I do not care. I don't
We
want you
got
to
the
win anything
Bears
else going forward.
at Minnesota. The Vikings had a terrible game against Aaron Rodgers last week. The Bears came out and pulled through big time last
They had
week.
Andy Dalton.
Red Rifle, is that it?
Red Rifle, yeah. And Dalton.
Wait, hang on. Is it the Washington Admirals? Is this what we're going with? Really? Is this going to be it? Or is this breaking news that you're hearing, Arlington?
Arlington,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
hearing Washington Admirals, I'm calling them NFT, WFT, and WTF.
I'm just going to call them the team formerly known as RED.
It's the same thing as crypto.com. I'm calling it Staples. I'm not going with these name changes this year in 2022. I'm calling it.
All right,
what
so we got the Bears at the Vikings. I'm going to go with the Bears. If Justin is playing, maybe. Yeah.
If it's Justin or Andy, I feel like they'll beat the Vikings. I feel like they've kind of peaked a little bit. So I'm going to go with the Bears too.
Boomer Esiason instead of on his radio. Does Boomer have the inside tip for Washington football? Huh. I'm interested to know now. Tennessee at Houston. I mean,
if Derrick Henry's back, I'll go with Tennessee Titans. Is he coming back for sure?
He's not. He's not off the.
Okay.
He's not. He's able. He's eligible to be off the list, but of course the Titans have to move him. So I don't know if that's going to be for this game or if they'll wait until playoffs. Because why play him for 1 week if you're already in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Because they won the division. They won the AFC South.
I'll go with the Titans.
Yeah.
Dirk looks good. He's
we got Steelers at Baltimore.
I'm going to take Lamar Jackson's still out too, right? I'm going to take the Ravens though. They might give it to Big Ben because it's his last game of his career. I mean, that's a toss-up. I tell you what, these 2 games that you just mentioned, I'm not going to be watching. So
Definitely.
I just feel like
I'll go with the Steelers. I'll roll with
okay,
Big Ben
roll with
and
Big
his.
Ben. I'll just do the Ravens just to see.
Yeah. Cincinnati at Cleveland, like we said, no Baker, no Joe Mixon, no Joe Burrows, but
They still got Jamar Chase, though. I'm going with Cincinnati.
I mean, Browns had good D on Sunday until that last like 4 or 5 minutes. It's just that Baker threw like 10 interceptions and got
And Case
sacked about
Keenum is just
55
like him,
times.
so it's just kind of like one of those things. Sometimes
Yeah.
Case Keenum can be better. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Oh, God, it's so terrible.
They might hand them a win. They might hand the Brownies a win this last game of their year. So
Shout out to Arlington and to Bex. Becker and Arlington are having a little love fest in the comment section right now.
Oh, cool. What's up, Bex?
We love you both. It's so cute. Happy New Year, bro. Yes, you too. Oh, it's cute. Next up, San Francisco 49ers at the Rams. This is quite the matchup right here.
And
You know who I'm
49ers
not
need this
picking.
win. They need this win, right?
Go Rams.
I
I'm
know
going to
you're
be
gonna
cheering
pick the
on the
Rams.
Rams this weekend.
They need this win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Rams too, just because I know that's just the logical choice. I don't think they can beat them, and there's no Garoppolo, right? They have their backup playing still, right?
They said that Jimmy Garoppolo was playing catch with one of the players today. So people were kind of like, ooh, I don't
So
know.
Jimmy G might play or no?
They don't know. I think it was like a trick line. You know, Trey Lance played last weekend.
Yeah,
I
Trey
don't
Lance did
foresee
decent though.
them.
They won, didn't they? With Trey. So anyway, nah, I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Okay. And side note, Becker, I was in your city, but I literally was only in the DC, Virginia area for like maybe 5 hours. The rest of it was Oceanside in Delaware. So next time I'm coming to the East Coast, I'm definitely staying more time in the city. I was literally just there for the game. Panthers at the Buccaneers. I mean,
I
I think even the backup could beat the Panthers at this point. So
yeah,
Seattle at Arizona.
You know
Listen,
what that
if
is.
we can play
Girl,
play
stop
like
it.
we played
Girl,
on
stop
Sunday.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now.
You know,
I love your optimism. I really love
with
your
my
optimism.
team.
And this is where
Like,
the
go out
teams
with
get
a bang.
This is where
Go out
the
with a bang.
fans get delusional.
Change up
about
the,
their
you know,
game.
at least be that team that's going to affect the rest of the conference in their
No,
standings.
that's not going to happen, Melissa Ferris. You tried it though. That's real cute of you. You tried it.
I'm gonna
though.
give a little.
We're gonna go
hocus
with Arizona
pocus.
Cardinals. You tried it though. That's cool. That's sweet. That's so cute. That is so cute. One can dream. I love it. You gotta keep the dreams alive. You really do.
I
You
got
have
to. I mean,
have to keep the
I
dreams
wouldn't
alive.
be a diehard fan if I still wasn't rooting for my team.
Well, you can still root for them. Just know you're going down with the ship. I mean, it's going to be the Titanic, but
I'm
just
saying,
know.
like, at least let us trust in him. I mean, just for now, if nothing else. Him, DK, if DK, let DK get
like
3
these
touchdowns
Cowboy
again.
Fans now. Y'all sound like these Cowboy
know.
fans now.
No, I don't think that we're winning this championship every
No,
year.
I know
I'm just
that.
saying,
I
like,
know.
can we
But
win this game?
No, you cannot.
We will. We will win this game.
Okay, if you do, I'll eat crow on the show. Have it ready for me.
Got you. All right, Patriots at the Dolphins. Patriots, man.
Listen, it's the Patriots all day. I'm sorry. This AFC team has just come out of nowhere in the second half of the season and just blew everybody's minds.
Bill is able to continue to work magic.
Oh my God.
Russell is not
unreal.
going to be a steal. Listen, Sierra will not move to Pittsburgh.
She's not moving to Pittsburgh. She's going to New York.
I mean, I could see a New England. It's close enough to New York, but
she's going to New York. They're going to New York, you guys.
Can you imagine Russell with Saquon Barkley?
They're going to be in Park Ave, or they're going to live where Jerry Seinfeld lives, or they're going to live somewhere in that.
Or
if they don't have a place already, they're going to be living somewhere. Yeah. They're going to New York.
Exactly, Bex. Okay, Saints at Atlanta. Atlanta still has a team?
Speaking of Atlanta, we have a forum, and I love everybody's fans, their teams. But if I come for your team And I'm saying the realism of your team, and I know you're trying to be optimistic because they're in New York, and you mentioned a comment about the snow and stuff. How does their ability to play or what have you? It's the Bills you're playing. You're still going to lose. Some people don't like hard truths, and I understand if it was just a comment about the weather, but I'm just doing you a simple favor engaging with you on your comment. You do not have to turn the comments off though, because I was definitely going to compliment you and agree with everything you said in your last commentary. But I love our chat. I love our group page. If you guys want to turn the comments on us, if you want to turn the comments off on a back and forth banter, you have that right to do so.
Listen,
However,
the Girl Chat Sports group does not is not differentiate from a guy sports group. Like we still
really
talk
doesn't.
smack. We really still talk smack.
And part of sports is talking smack, and it's all in lighthearted fun. Please do not take it as a personal disrespect. Unless you have stock in that team that I don't know that you have shares and you're riding money on this, then I can understand you taking it personally. But if you don't have any kind of stake in this team of ownership, or
there's just some
any
real
type of
diehard fans that take it all to heart.
You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You can't be in your feelings. You can't be in any type of feeling. So it's funny.
Atlanta fans be at Magic City during the game. Hey,
we love that. This one wasn't in Magic City though, because if she was in Magic City, she would have had a whole different outlook on my commentary.
Hey, Average.
Thank you.
Podcast.
Thank you. I hope your podcast
really
too. Success, much nothing less than 2022 for you.
All right, so Saints, Falcons.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons own the Saints back in their home game when the Saints had them hosting them in New Orleans. Now they're going to Atlanta.
What Cordell Peterson are we going to be, or Patterson are we going to be seeing anyway? Knows? Because that's part of the issue. He was great for like 5-6 weeks and then just fell off.
Right. And it could be a revenge game because, like I said, Saints, they own the Saints back in New Orleans, and maybe the Saints can come back and do them a favor and win. But I'm going to go out of the courtesy of this viewer and person on our chat. I will roll with your Atlanta team, and you might be able to pull off a win for the end of the season because you guys were literally in the hunt. It wasn't like you were super bad. Y'all just lost egregiously to good teams. Like you're 29-0 to New England. You understand those final scores, or you're 30 and something. Like, that's the kind of issue I'm talking.
But it's still I
can't.
All right, I'll go with the Saints. Just to give us a little extra separation.
And Saints is usually my second team. I'm going off my second team as a courtesy to bring good luck to this person.
Look at you.
I'm being the bigger woman.
Big girl panties on.
Yeah. Big grandma version.
All right, we got the Jets at the Bills.
We know how that's going to be. But listen, the Jets almost took them Buccaneers.
But the Jets almost took out the
Buccaneers, man. Listen, I don't know.
There's no reason. Now we know why really Arians was really pissed off. He's losing to the Jets, number one. He can't get Antonio back in the game. It's frustration. But they was really about to get it. It wasn't until, of course, Mr. Tom Brady gets the ball with like X amount of seconds left in the game, goes touchdown.
Doing what Brady does.
Brady does.
But I'm still going with the Bills. I ain't stupid.
All right. Sunday night. So there is no Monday Night Football this week.
Right.
It's only Sunday Night Football. Chargers at Raiders. Las Vegas, here in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium.
Let's go.
Sunday Night Football. This is win and go to the playoffs, or lose and be done.
And sit on the couch and go fishing. And see you at the Dodgers.
Well, technically, if the Jags can win, then we both get to go. But we know.
But that's not gonna happen. If that happens, I will literally shout out Duval on my Twitter and everything with it. I will actually buy something for Jacksonville, for real. But I'm going my silver and black. It's always about that commitment to excellence.
I'm riding for y'all, even though I do love the Justin Herbert train.
Oh, I do too. I would shoot.
I would rather see it for the city, for fans like you that have been diehard Raider fans. I'd rather see you guys get that opportunity to make it.
And the Chargers are our rival team. Of course, we would love to have this.
No offense, Heather. No offense.
Heather, are you going to this game?
She wants to go. But the ticket prices jumped.
I
told her to check out for Sunday morning and see if anything goes down.
I hope they don't go down for her. I hope they price her out the market so she can sit on the couch and try to watch.
Maybe she has luck like you, and if she goes, they lose.
Yeah. I don't know. Has she been to Allegiant before? I need to know her record at Allegiant. She probably hasn't yet.
Do you have your record at Allegiant, Heather? I don't know.
Maybe
I guess.
SoFi. We don't like the Chargers, okay? We know this. We're not bolting up. I will give Justin Herbert his credit where credit is due because he is finally a quarterback that you guys need and deserve. But at the same time, you're in our house now. It's going to be a totally different vibe. It's going to be an interesting mix to see if there's a lot of visitors for the Chargers, which I doubt. Because anytime they play in SoFi against the Raiders, it's more Raider fans. So I'm guessing we'll still have more Raider fans at this venue too. Enough representation, enough noise and stuff for our team to get motivated and energized to do the right thing.
Maurice, the Chargers are basic.
Yes, thank you, Maurice.
The Chargers
Maurice is on my side.
got
I
their
love
Uggs and their pumpkin spice lattes.
Yes, I love it.
She said Heather hasn't been to Legion yet, and she's newly vaxxed.
Oh,
congratulations on being vaxxed.
On being vaxxed.
Well, hey, if there's one way to celebrate being vaxxed, it's going to that game where you got to be at.
Yeah.
Keep us posted, or I'll keep you in the loop if I see anything go crazy.
We'll I just know I can't
see
go.
Tickets for sale.
I hate to be bad luck on this.
I hear you. No, you don't want it for that kind of game either.
No, I don't. And I feel like I'll feel so guilty that I won't want to talk.
I've had my times like that where my cousin who always tells me, like, he's like, "You were at the game? Oh, that's why we lost." Because I have a bad track record of going to games where we lose, but I still go because I still want to see live games.
Right, of course.
You can't go to those playoff ones. Those ones
you can't. This is too crucial. Too crucial. But I'm riding with the owl. Our torch is going to be lit. John Madden is going to be in the building. Charles Woodson will be in the building. All of our past and present players of representation for Raider Nation is going to be in the building. I feel it in my bones that this is our game to win. No mistakes, no penalties.
We're putting all the good energy into it.
Yes. God, I hope Nate Hobbs can come back as our corner. If not, we still got our Mad Max and everything else on defense. Like,
make it happen. You'll make it happen with what you got. So that's all good.
And then the rumor is they're thinking about keeping Rich Bisaccia as our permanent head coach. It is talks of that, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. I would like to see us shop for more, but it's looking like they might lean to Bisaccia as the latest news.
The Ghost and John Madden, Arlington said, is going to help you guys out with that game.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I said John Madden's going to be there. What you think is, he's not alive, so that spirit of him is gonna be there. We got him on our decals on the helmets and everything. I told you I was gonna put my Madden games out. I mean, yes, he's gonna be there. What do you mean? I'm being optimistic here. I'm talking about the ghosts and spirits and our angels on the side, our angels in the infield, our angels in the commenting booth. Yes, of course.
I hear it. All right, you guys, we have gone over, of course, because that's just what we do. We love talking and we love talking sports. It's our time to catch up too. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube. Hit us up on Facebook at Girl Chat Sports, Twitter, Instagram. Check out the Facebook Girl Chat Sports group as well, and share some of your sports stories or your own podcast or your own news. We'd love to help promote it.
We'll take it. We're open to everybody. Just don't turn off your comments. Don't be like that.
No, that's not just the comment thing. Let's also talk about those that post stuff and don't do anything else but post their own stuff. They only post their stuff. They don't want to like nothing else. They don't want to comment on nothing else. Why even be here? Come on. There's one person in particular. That's all I got to say.
Do better. It's 2022. I need everybody to do better.
Interactions, people.
Interactions and do better. And I'll do better engaging more.
Best show ever. Quote me on it. We love you. Bex, we got to get you back on. So we're going to reach out to you. Arlington,
thanks,
of course, we got to get you back on, especially since these Bulls are doing it. We love y'all.
Yes.
And that's it. We'll catch you next week for sure. Another one at a time. See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bounce for UNLV.